This is a special report on Barack Obama's rise to presidency and the upcoming elections.
On February 10, 2007, Obama announced his candidacy for presidency in front of the old state capitol building in Springfield, Illinois. This was very symbolic, as this was where Abraham Lincoln delivered his historic House Divided speech in 1858.
Remember back to 2008, when Obama was running for Democrat nominee against Clinton and Edwards. We are now going to look at footage from 2008 of our electoral correspondent, Bryony.
I am currently in the state of Idaho, and today, the 5th of February, is what is known as Super Tuesday in American politics, when many states hold their primary elections. Today, 24 of the 50 US states voted on the leader of the Democrats. Obama won in 13 of the 24 states. Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Alabama, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Minnesota, North Dakota, Colorado, Idaho, Utah and Alaska.
Barack Obama smashed all previous records for presidential election funding, raising a total of $745 million. He completely changed what is expected in future elections by refusing to use any public funding, instead launching a global internet campaign that many say won him the election.
His YouTube adverts meant 14.5 million hours of publicity, which on a normal television would have set his campaign back $47 million. His 37-minute-long speech on race has 6.7 million views. JFK introduced the world into television politics. Now Obama is bringing about an era of network presidency.
As we all know, Obama didn't have the best start in life. He lacked a father figure after his parents divorced in 1964 and struggled with the trials and tribulations of being a mixed-race child in a predominantly white America, alone.
Obama was left with only his mother, and she obviously had an impact on his policy-making in future years. His experience with his mother's care under the healthcare system, where she struggled to pay for even basic medical care due to the regulations of the system, meant that the issue of public healthcare became one of his biggest policies, making him very popular with people from disadvantaged backgrounds.
Returning now to how Obama completely annihilated McCain. Obama had 10 million more votes, putting a total of 69,456,897 votes, winning in 30 states to McCain's 22. Obama's choice of Joe Biden as VP proved very popular, whereas in the Republican camp there was much disagreement over McCain's unwilling decision to pick Sarah Palin.
The TV debates of the 26th of September in 2007 became a milestone event in Obama's presidential campaign. Obama spoke to the people of America about increasing medical funding, closing the Iraq War and continuing to fight the war on terrorism. And Obama came through on this promise, with a team of his Navy SEALs taking out the threat of Osama bin Laden. The financial crisis should have divided the politicians, and had McCain taken a stand against Obama and Bush and not agreed the Wall Street bailout bill, he might have had more of a chance in the election.
Obama said that he should not be judged by his first 100 days in office, but instead by his first 1,000. He's implemented stricter guidelines for lobbyists in a bid to raise ethical standards within the White House. His Economic Recovery Package, American Recovery and Reinvestment Act 2009, passed in the Senate with a massive majority.
The Ledbetter Law, requiring equal pay for women, was a massive step forward for gender equality and a clever move by Obama. He lifted the 7.5-year ban on federal funding for embryonic stem cell research and ordered the closure of Guantanamo Bay. 65% of the American population approved of his actions and progress.
Obama's foreign policies in the first 3 years could be viewed as unsuccessful. Guantanamo remains open and the deadline for total troop withdrawal from Iraq was missed. However, he did build an international coalition to stop the massacre in Libya and consequently support the downfall of Colonel Gaddafi.
Looking now at his domestic policies, he did implement the promised healthcare reform plan. Obama also declared his open support for same-sex marriages and a pro-choice stance on abortion.
Congressional elections in 2010 dealt Obama a massive blow, with the Republicans gaining 60 seats in the House of Representatives and 6 in the Senate, limiting his powers to pass laws. Obama may be popular with the people, but in Congress his approval ratings fall below 20%.
The 2012 Invisible primary started early as always, with Gary Johnson being the first Republican candidate to announce his candidacy for the 2012 presidential elections, 257 days before the first primary. On May 29th, Romney reached the nominating threshold of 1,144 delegates by most projected counts, following his primary win in Texas. With his subsequent victories in California and several smaller states, Romney reached a majority of bound